Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So I wanted to share something that if it comes to fruition, it would be monumental. It would be really exciting. We could be on our way in a way, in a roundabout way to abolishing the Electoral College system. I never thought I would say this, but it's actually possible. We might finally be on our way to electing a president based on the national popular vote, which means Republicans are going to have to get used to the idea of never controlling the White House again. And for anyone who's watching or listening who doesn't live in the United States, here's what this is all about. Here's why it's such a big deal. As of right now, we have an electoral college system. Each state is assigned a certain number of electoral college votes, and then based on who wins the popular vote in that state, all of the electoral college votes are pledged to that candidate. Now, the problem is smaller states with far fewer residents and often far less diverse populations are given much more power. They're given, electoral college votes that equal the states that have way more residents. So it's allowed the minority to rule over the majority in this country for quite a long time. And the system is what gave us George W. Bush. It's what gave us Donald Trump as president. Even though they each lost the popular vote, like in Trump's case, he lost by over 3 million votes, but he still got the participation trophy, as I call it. So for decades, Democrats have complained that we should get rid of this archaic system. We should truly have a system that represents the majority of the country. But that's easier said than done because the Electoral College system is part of our Constitution. So that means 2/3 of each of the House and the Senate would have to vote to amend it. Plus, you would have to get 3/4 of the states in the entire country to also agree to this. Even before Trump, even before this massive divide that we had in the US, it was just never going to happen. So a group has come up with a workaround. They came up with this a while back, but it's now getting close to becoming a reality. So the group created what they call the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact, NPVIC for short. This compact is comprised of different states that agree to pledge all of their electoral votes to the candidate who wins the popular vote on a national level. So regardless of which candidate wins in their specific state, they will go with whatever the majority of the country wants. Now, as I'm sure you all know, it takes a minimum of 270 electoral college votes to win the presidency. Well, the state of Maine just joined this compact. So as of now, there's 209 committed electoral votes from all these various states. Michigan is also saying they're on board. And so their lawmakers are going to be voting pretty soon on legislation to possibly pass this. That would add another 16 to the current 209. So we would then be only 45 electoral votes away from making this a reality. And this is a majoritarian issue. According to Pew Research, 65% of Americans think we should elect the president based on a popular vote system. That includes 47% of Republicans. That was as of September of last year. I mean, the fact that we can't get something like this changed with 65% of Americans supporting it, that tells you how broken our system is. And don't even get me started on the popularity of free healthcare and other things like that the majority of Americans want, including a plurality of Republicans and in most cases an outright majority of independents. And here's the thing. I think even more Republicans would be on board with this if they understood this is the way to force politicians to work for we the people instead of corporations. It would also force presidential candidates to pay attention to all of the states, to be responsive to all of the voters, not just the ones that they think they need to swing. Instead of them ignoring states that they think are either a sure bet or, oh, that's a lost cause. Why am I going to waste my time? They would have to appeal to everyone. They would have to appeal to the majority. So we'll see what happens, but Republicans are vowing to sue if this comes to fruition. And then we're going to have to worry about the matter making its way to the Supreme Court to, see what they'll do. A court, by the way, which would look entirely different, which would act entirely different if we had elected presidents through the popular vote, right? I mean, Donald Trump, he is responsible for 3 of the maniacs, 3 of these psychotic conservatives on the current iteration of the Supreme Court. So if that isn't a case for the popular vote, I don't know what is. Anyway, I will let you know if I hear any more on this or when I hear more on this, but it's not going to happen for this election. So don't go thinking that we're going to be, lucky in 2024, but possibly 2028, maybe. I'm hoping. All right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.